biggest show on television here from the National Indoor Arena in Birmingham. Tonight, 4 brave contenders will tackle 6 strenuous events, as well as our awesome eliminator, of course, here on Gladiators.
And 2 of those contenders, 1 male and 1 female, will be coming back here to join us in the quarterfinals and then possibly battling out to get through to the grand finals and then sharing £14,000.
So let's meet our female contenders. Tonight they are Susan Sermon
and Serlene Clark. Come on, girls.
Come on. Hello, Susan. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I'm a housewife and I like to keep fit.
And where are you from?
Swansea.
Now, I know... Whoa! Few supporters over there. Now, I know you say you're a housewife, but I know you have an incredibly successful background in gymnastics. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, I went to 2 Olympic Games, 76 and 1980. British champion twice, 2 Europeans, 2 Worlds, and a Commonwealth Games silver medal.
That's terrific. So tell me, Susan, why were you so reluctant to come forward for Gladiators?
Well, I didn't really apply. I just went to cheer a friend on, and my friend sort of coaxed me, and I said no, and I was a bit reluctant. And then she called Nigel, the producer, over, and he said, "You want to apply?" And I said, "What, now?" And he said, "No time like the present."
Absolutely, and there's no time like the present. You're pleased you're here tonight?
Very, very, very pleased indeed.
Well, listen, we'll send you off to get strapped up for the first event. We'll see you a little bit later on. Susan Sermon.
Okay, so how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really, like that, shaky, nervous.
Oh, there's plenty of people with you. So, excuse me saying something, but aren't you on a little bit of the petite side?
Well, I am, but I tell you, I've got a strength behind me, I tell you. I don't think about height, I just think about the strength behind me.
Okay, Celine, tell us, what do you do?
Oh, okay, the things I do, I work inside the accountant's department, I teach dance, I'm a dancer, I work in a nightclub, I do Thai boxing, and I do all sorts of things as well.
I'm surprised you've had any time to come on here.
Well, I've got time for anything, if I put my mind to it.
Now, I understand you've got a nickname. What is it?
Well, I have a nickname in the gym, and everyone calls me is Maggot. Mighty Maggot, they call me.
Mighty Maggots! You've got some of your friends here.
Yes, my mum, my friends from aerobics, the boys from the gym, and some other friends as well. I'm glad they're here anyway.
Okay, Serlene, well, we'll see how mighty you are after the first event. Off you go.
Contenders now, but let's meet the male contenders. They are Steve Quick
and Roland Hill. Come on, Roland.
Oh, very coordinated. Steve, tell us where you're from and what you do.
Well, I'm originally from Cornwall, but I'm now living in Kent. I'm a prison officer, a physical training instructor down at HMP Elmley.
Oh, right. Well, I guess they'll be watching tonight, but tell me, has the standard of fitness improved since you were there?
Well, hopefully it has a bit. You know, I've been trying to get the lads as fit as possible and actually took 4 inmates out to the National Ultra Fit competition this year. I actually won the individual event myself and we won the team event, so that wasn't bad, was it?
That's brilliant! So tell us roughly what Ultra Fit is.
Well, the Ultra Fit Challenge is it's a gym decathlon. So there's 10 different events, and it's a cross between muscular strength and endurance and a cardiovascular capacity. So to win it, you've got to be fairly tasty, I think.
Well, you're certainly very tasty, and I think you stand a good chance of beating our Gladiators. Off you go, Steve Quick.
Roland, now you're a strength athlete. Tell everybody, what is a strength athlete?
Well, John, a strength athlete pulls trucks on the end of ropes, loads beer barrels onto lorries, and all crazy kinds of things like that, you know?
And you do that on your own?
No, with Jeff Capes.
Is that the famous shot putter Jeff Capes?
Yeah, the one and only Jeff Capes, yeah.
Well, have you got any rocket records? Have you broken anything?
Yeah, I've got a world record for tearing telephone directories in half.
Now, how do you do that? What, do you pile them all up, or just explain to us?
Well, the world record is 1 metre of directories, and you have to rip through them as quick as you can to set the record.
Is that against the clock?
Yeah, against the clock.
Well, how do you think you're going to do tonight?
Well, I don't know if there's a world record for tearing a gladiator in half, but I think I'll have it by the end of tonight.
Well, there you are. There you are. Well, we'll see how you get on. Off you go. Get your safety stuff on. Well done, Roland.
Well, after all that chat, it seems like the ladies are ready for their first event. And here's the man to tell you about it, John Sachs.
Thanks, Ulrika. Event 1 is Powerball. 2 points for the outer basket, 3 for the centre. Susan and Celine ready to play, awaiting the arrival of the Gladiators to defend those baskets. Lightning, Scorpio and Panther.
Contenders, ready!
The girls, 2 of our smallest contenders here on Gladiators.
Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Let's play ball. Here comes Celine. Lightning goes for the takedown. Misses. Celine scores. Oh, look at that sidestep. 2 points. Throws it in. Lucky. 2 points. Another 2. And the Welsh Wizard. Oh, gets 2 in. What happened to Celine there? Seems to be something coming out there. Could be safety equipment. I wouldn't like to speculate. 2 points, though. Susan goes out of bounds. That won't count. And there's the tackle from Lightning. Celine for another 2. Big tackle there. Oh! Celine running out of ideas and running out of clothes by the look of it. And there's the whistle. In the replay, she scores the points, but pays the penalty.
Celine, well done. 10 points.
Thank you very much.
Celine, what is that actually in your hand?
A piece of bra. Sports bra.
Yeah. Was it because you were getting too hot or?
Hot? No, man, because all she did, dragged me. I went away quickly, just torn apart.
Well, you got 10 points. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Susan, it's hard work there.
Hard work, yes, but enjoyed it.
Well, you got 4 points. You did very well.
Oh, I was surprised I got 4.
Any injuries? Any bumps? Knocks and bruises?
No, I'm a tough little cookie.
Well done. Well done, Susan.
So after one event, Susan's on 4, Celine's on 10.
And now we have Roland and Steve. And protecting the baskets are Warrior, Wolf and Hunter.
Don't you forget it. This is a mean team, boy. Mean team.
Contenders, ready!
He is mean. You try getting a drink out of him.
Gladiators, ready!
Let's go!
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Let's play ball. Roland muscles his way through for 2, as does Steve. Oh, Warrior with a big tackle. Very quick on his feet, but that sealed the deal. 2 points there for Steve. And the contenders getting bigger every year. And look at Warrior. Come on down. Wolf, what are you doing? Oh. Steve squeezed it in for 2 there. And another 2 for Roland. Oh, I felt that in the box. You know what I mean? Time up there, some good scoring. Someone's rattled Wolf's cage already. After one event, Roland and Steve both off the mark with 6. Event 2 is Skytrack, our Catch Me If You Can race where the action's fast and furious.
Contenders, ready!
Serline in yellow, Susan in pink.
Gladiators, ready!
Chasing them, Zodiac and Jets.
3, 2, 1.
Away first time, it's Zodiac on Susan, Jet chasing Serline. And into the bend. And it looks like making great progress as Jet comes up on Serline. Tremendous acceleration, got her on the corner there. Can Zodiac make Susan's sparks fly? Here she comes, gets it on the trigger. Double takedown. In the replay, Jet strikes out at Serline on the bend, and Zodiac gives Susan a little breathing space as she takes her out on the straight.
This is for all my little shadows all over the country. All those little kids that I visit all over the country, this is for you, from the Shadow Man.
Word.
Saracen and Shadow with a job to do, and Zodiac and Jet with a job well done. After 2 events, the scores remain the same, 4-10. Hooked up to the Skytrack next are the men. Roland in blue, Steve in red. Saracens on Roland, and Shadow pursuing Steve.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Away first time. And look at Shadow, a storming start. Wow, takes his man out, and Saracen. What a whitewash. Well, that was over before it started. I think we had to see that again. In slow motion, please. And look at this. When you think about the weight of those guys up there, 20 stone, defying gravity, and the mobility. Incredible. After 2 events, the men's scores remain the same, 6 apiece.
When you're out playing these gladiator games, remember your helmets, your elbow pads, and your knee pads. Good luck out there.
Good advice from Saracen. Over to Uli.
Which brings us directly on to my favourite event. Event number 3, the wall. Basically, as you're probably aware, our contenders have just a minute to climb this 36-foot monster. And I'm afraid they're going to be followed by 2 of our gladiators after just 10 seconds. And indeed, Serline is going to be followed by Jet. And on the other side, Susan's going to be pursued by Nightshade. Well, all the ladies appear to be ready, so it's over to John Anderson.
3, 2, 1.
The only way is up. 36 feet. And here come the Gladiators. Jet, fresh from Skytrack, and ready to power up that wall. And look at that, Jet already making up ground on Serline. And she's locked in. Nightshade making hard work over this overhang. Oh, Nightshade slipped. She's no wallflower. Look at Jet. She's got to grips with Serline. She's off. Great takedown as Susan climbs over for 10 points. After 3 events, Susan climbs to 14. Serline stays on 10. Across to the men's. Steve contemplating the wall. And Roland contemplating the camera.
And as you can see, Steve is at the foot of the wall, but he's going to be chased by Cobra. And on the other other side, Roland's going to be followed by that mild thing, Wolf.
Quiet!
Well, as the guys are all harnessed up, it's over to John Anderson.
Quiet!
3, 2, 1.
Well, Wolf asked for a bit of hush, and you've got to ask yourself, is Uli taking a life in her hands, baiting the Wolf by calling him a mild thing? Right, they've had their 10 seconds. Here comes trouble. Oh, Steve's off, and Cobra will be pleased about that, even though he had nothing to do with it. It'll improve his track record this series. Okay, Roland and Wolf. And the Wolf making good progress. Roland seems to be stuck there. Roland gives Wolf the slip. 10 points.
Roland, well done. Started off like a house on fire.
Well, that surprised me. Believe it or not, I was the worst contender in training. But if I knew Wolfman was going to take so long, I'd have bought a packed lunch. Had a picnic on the way up.
Quiet! Quiet! He was lucky. Simple as that.
He's always had a way with words, as our Wolf. Meanwhile, Steve is on 6, Roland 16.
Don't forget, we have 3 more grueling events, so we'll be back in a moment here on Gladiators.
Welcome back to the National Indoor Arena, and let's get on with the next event.
Thanks, John. Next event is Atmospheres. There's Zodiac, loading up in a cheese-grater chariot. And it's really great to see her back after that week out following that awful injury in Powerball. And G-Force have got the Gladiator Arena rocking this evening. Zodiac's partner defending those pods will be Scorpio. Susan in the red atmosphere, ready to roll, and Serline in the yellow.
Okay, score in pod number 1. Pod number 2. Pod number 3. Pod number 4. Contenders ready! Gladiators ready! 3, 2, 1.
Let's rock and roll! Oh, Zodiac slams into Serline. A little shaken, but she's moving off. Notice how the contenders split the ranks. No scores there. Zodiac doing a great job tailing Susan, but there's 3 points. Where did that come from? And Scorpio on Serline's case. 3 points on pod 1. Serling getting a good speed up there, not quite centering at that time. And Susan on 4. Oh, she gets the points just as Zodiac closed in. Oh, Scorpio goes for a tumble. And time up there, some good scoring. And if we check out the replay, Serline should have got more goals. Look at the distance between her and Scorpio. It's all about centering your atmosphere in the middle of the pod. Well done, Zodiac. I'm pleased to be back in the middle of the action again. After 4 events, Susan's on 20, Serline's on 13.
And now, the boys are back in town. At the other end, we've got Hunter and Saracen.
time, baby.
And they're going to be trying to stop Roland and Steve.
Steve's the second prison officer we put behind bars.
It takes, I suppose, from coming through the main gate to getting into the gymnasium, I have to go through about 7 or 8 different gates, and probably takes me between 5 and 10 minutes to get to the gymnasium. Yeah, it's quite a difficult task getting in, let alone for the convicts trying to get out. Yeah.
Contenders, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
It's crunch time in those wheels of steel, and this is my favourite bit when they meet in the middle. Doesn't shake anybody up. So in the yellow, it's Roland, and he gets the point straight away. 3 points that goal. Hunter's on his case, and here's Saracen marking Steve in the red. Look at that marking, keeping well out of that pod. And another goal for Roland. Where is Hunter? Great job by Saracen. Where to run. Up the other end, we've got Roland going for a goal. Yes, another 3 points. Oh. Meanwhile, Saracen continuing to block Steve out of the play. Another goal there for Roland. And is this going to be 5? Yes, it is. Where is Hunter? Time up, some high scoring there. It's got to be a record, surely. Look at this. What a remarkable marking job. Saracen keeps our man out of the game. It's a shutout.
That was beautiful, man. I enjoyed it. Shut him down, man. There's only one Saracen.
Congratulations, Roland. Roland, how much do you weigh?
16.5 stone, John.
Well, Roland, this event is all about weight and strength. Let me tell you, you scored 15 points, and that is a record. Nobody has got that. Well done, Roland. What are you going to say for yourself?
Well, that's what I came here to do, to break a few records and a few gladiators, you know.
Roland, fantastic. Well done.
Saracen did his job extremely
He did do a good job, checked me a few times.
Oh, my pleasure. This is what I get paid for. Total shutdown. He wasn't scoring tonight. Not when Saracen's in this pod. Well done, man.
Oh, nice to see you shake hands.
It's a good sport.
Another couple of events, Steve, so let's hope you do better.
Well, yeah, we can only get better, surely.
It can only get better, absolutely right. Well done.
Well done. This one.
So after 4 events, Roland powers up to 31, Steve still on 6. Next event is Gauntlet.
Contender, ready!
Susan goes first.
Gladiators, ready!
In defence, we've got Falcon, we've got Lightning and Panther.
3, 2, 1.
And the little girl blocks straight away. Taken down. Lightning's turn. Oh, she's pinning her. Oh. Now Falcon doing a great job there. This will count on the time.
Susan, 2 Olympics. Is it 2 Olympics you've been in?
Olympics, yeah.
Have you done anything like this before?
Never in my life.
How did you find it?
Brilliant.
Brilliant. You just faced 3 gladiators and you say brilliant?
It's a challenge, isn't it? That's what it's all about. It's a good game.
You're certainly right. Well done, Susan.
Serlene's next to run the gauntlet. Let's find out more about her 2 jobs.
I've been working for the council for about 8 years now. I work in different departments, so I've got a lot of experience on different departments. I'm always head down, got the work done. So obviously the place is quiet. I have a weekend job where I work in a nightclub in Reading, and it's good. So I dance for 3 hours, Friday and Saturday nights, and I enjoy it. I come out there wearing my tight gear, more sexier.
3, 2, 1.
And straight through Panther. Now Lightning. Oh! She's doing a quick job here. Oh, over the top of Falcon. She's through. That's fast. The mighty maggot wormed her way through that lot easily enough.
Sorry, congratulations. I've just heard You got the fastest time. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Serline picks up the extra point, which means after 5 events, Susan's on 29, Serline 23.
And now over to the men. Steve is at the other end, and he's going to be facing, dare I say it, 3 of our biggest and meanest gladiators, Trojan, Shadow, and Warrior.
These contenders have gone through a lot to get here. Steve facing 60 stones of gladiators now. It'll be like trying to run through 3 brick walls.
Gladiators ready! Three, 2, 1.
Here comes Steve, and look at this. Excellent work there from the big fella. Now he meets Shadow, and Shadow's giving him the old pugil stick routine. Oh, guys, really? This is 2-on-1. This is not on, guys. What's happened there? John stopped the action.
Warrior, you may not pin your man to the ground. You're disqualified.
The clock was stopped when the ref's whistle blew, and that's the time which will be awarded to Steve. And Steve's wife happy with that decision.
Warrior, it didn't look fair what you did. We've got to ask you, what happened?
Well, I knocked him to the ground. I mean, I don't need to cheat. I'm the biggest and the strongest gladiator, so I don't need to cheat.
Did look like you were holding him down. Shadow was behind you, 2 ganging up on 1.
No, he was just so small and skinny that it was never going to get through anyway. I don't need to cheat anyway, man, okay?
Oh! He's not happy, I can understand that. He's obviously not happy. Well, Steve, not the way you want it to happen.
No, not really. I got to the end by the end, I suppose, even if it was by default. But, you know, I beat the first 2 fair and square. If he wants to pin me down, let him do it. He's big enough lad to play the game properly, isn't he?
Now, Steve, be honest. When you looked at the 3 gladiators, did you really fancy your chances?
No.
No.
But I did it. I did it. I'm there.
Well done, Steve.
Cheers, John. Thanks a lot, mate.
And next up, we have Roland. And remember, Roland is our strength athlete. This one promises to be explosive. John, over to you.
3, 2, 1.
And the gladiators have changed positions for this powerful guy. Straight through Trojan. And Warrior holding him up. Doing a good job there. Oh, Shadow trying to use his ramrod as a pugil stick. It's there to bolt contenders, not bop them. Roland picks up that extra point for the fastest time.
Cheers, John. I felt quite comfortable there. That was nice. I like a bit of rough stuff now and again, you know.
You obviously fancy your chances.
Yeah.
Well done.
After 5 events, Steve's on 15, Roland powers on to 41. Event 6 is Tilt, a high-tech tug-of-war.
Susan's poised and ready, but pulling against her will be Falcon.
And Falcon on the wrong end of the fulcrum. And looking at the stats, Susan giving away 5 inches and 2 stones.
Take the strain.
First pull.
3, 2, 1.
What she lacks in size, she makes up for in quality. An Olympic gymnast represented Great Britain. And the rope going between her fingers. Oh, she's landed on her bottom.
The result of the first pool was a win for the Gladiator.
Falcon well pleased with that decision. Well, our cameras haven't found Susan's husband in the audience yet, but let's find out how she met him.
I met Christopher 6 years ago. And I was teaching in a gym, John Burns Gym in Swansea, and I had a very good following with aerobic ladies. And he used to just pop his head round the door and have a little nosy, you know. He'd never do it on his own. He always had to have one of the other boys with him. He's a bit shy, see. And I used to wave to him. And then one day we met in town and we went for Spud You Like. And I just put my hand on his knee underneath the table. And he went, ooh. So it just went from there, really. You know, we were really good friends to start with. And then he just grew on me, like You know, we've got a very good bond. We're very, very close. Love each other very, very much. He means a lot to me. A lot to me.
Second pull.
3, 2, 1.
And actually, Susan could do with a little help from her husband up there in the weight department. And Falcon's got the board back. And Susan's not letting go. Oh, she's pulled the Falcon from her nest. Susan picks up 5 points. Let's turn the tables. And next up, waiting at table, will be Serline, and she'll meet the Nightshade.
Serline's ready for a tug of war against Nightshade.
Take the straight.
First pull.
3, 2, 1.
This should be interesting. The mighty maggot Serline gritting her teeth, and so's Nightshade. And look at that, she's reeling her in. And Nightshade is fiddling with the rope. She's got it caught between her legs. She's not looking comfortable. She's going down. And comparing stats, Nightshade a foot taller than Serline and 2 stone heavier.
Take the straight.
Second pull.
3, 2, 1.
Table back, Serline again, and Nightshade not having it. No, look at this! How can you pull such a big girl off the table? She's going forward. Oh, Nightshade recovering. Look at this, she's not having any of it. Serline hanging on for dear life. Oh, well done, Nightshade. That was awesome.
Serline, I can quite honestly say you're a real tough nut.
Well, the first time it was good. The second time, I nearly had her, but she just got the big jump at the back and she got me. But she's very strong, very tall, very strong.
But you must be pleased with 5 points.
Very pleased with 5 points.
Better than nothing.
It is, thank you very much.
Well done, Serline. And well done to Nightshade.
After 6 events, Susan's on 34, Serline 28.
Steve's up there and he's facing Trojan.
See some fun? Watch it, man.
Over to John Anderson.
Take the strain.
First pull.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was too easy. The Trojan horse falls at the first. His wife, Nicola, well pleased. Taking a look at their stats, they're both the same height, but Steve giving away nearly 4 stone.
Take the strain.
Second pull.
3, 2, 1.
Trojan gets it back this time. And he's not... Oh, he pulls him straight away. What tremendous strength.
Steve, you have something to say about the second pull?
Yeah, I want to put in a complaint. His table definitely wasn't down when we started the pull.
Well, perhaps we could get the referee over here and discuss that decision. Certainly with the first pull, there was no trouble at all.
Yeah, well, he's just got no balance up there. And again, he had to tip it back.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Well, once they're also pulling against gravity, of course, so you have a slight advantage,
Well,
perhaps,
we'll
to start with.
I don't think there's no advantage on this game at all. It's a hard game. It's gladiator based, really, I think.
Yeah. Well, you took no prisoners with the first one. Let's hear what the referee's decision is.
As far as I'm concerned, the tilt was in the correct alignment. I see no reason to alter the decision.
Well, Steve, that's how it stands. 1 successful pull, 5 points to you, and you certainly did your job, Trojan. Well done.
I did it on the second one. The first one, I mean, from up there, it's like trying to pull an oak tree out of the ground. It's so difficult. It's very difficult for us. Such an advantage, but the second one, oh, I'm a gladiator. I'm supposed to do that.
Well done. How do you feel about being called an oak tree?
I didn't call him that.
I'm a
Well
bit
done.
aggrieved about a second pull, but there you go. He's a strong man.
You're a good sport, too.
Thanks a lot.
Come on,
Thanks,
Stu.
thanks,
Well done.
Well, in the replay, we can see the tilt table is down. Good call from our referee. Next up, it's Roland. Here's how he trains.
People think we're absolutely crazy that see us training, because Sunday mornings when everybody's in bed relaxed or at the pub, we're running around with beer barrels on our back up to 100 kilos, which is 220 pounds, doing 100-metre sprints. We carry concrete blocks in each hand that weigh 12.5 stone each. We pull trucks on ropes, which we call hand over hand, which is basically like a tug-of-war, but you've got a 10-ton truck on the other end of the rope. And then we finish off with what's called the harness pull, which I mean most of you will have seen, where you're in a harness. And we train on that on what's called Rocky Hill in Corby. And we basically do about 25 metres up there with something like a Jeep or a car. Obviously you couldn't pull a lorry up a gradient like that. And people think we're crazy, and actually the other week we had a chap stop and get out, and he went, "What's the plan, chaps?" And we realised he actually thought we'd broken down. So I thought, well, we'll wind him up here. What I said was, "Oh, didn't you realise with the new EEC regulations, you don't just get a spare tyre and a jack, you actually have to have a harness by law now, and what you can do is tow it to the nearest garage, so we're on our way." And I think he stood open mouthed thinking, is he serious or is he winding me up?
Next up is Roland against the awesome Shadow. John Anderson, it's all yours.
Take the strain.
First pull.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, Shadow, get back. Oh, he's on his back. Oh, he's down. It's all over. A Shadow cast on the ground there. If we compare stats, Roland giving away 4 inches and 3 stone. Hardly a handicap, though, on that performance. Remember, this man is used to pulling 10-ton trucks.
Take the strain.
Second pull.
3, 2, 1.
Shadow's got to get his table back. Doesn't appreciate technique is required here. Oh, there he goes! And there's Roland's mum, Val. She can't believe what her little boy has achieved.
Roland, that was the most inspiring event of tilt I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it's a strongman event. I've beaten people up to 8 stone heavier than me. So I'm really pleased.
We've got some fans as well here, Roland.
So after 6 events, Steve's on 20, Roland's on 51. Time for Eliminator. And applying their minds to this course, Susan, our Olympic gymnast, and Serline, the mighty maggot. And if we check those scores, Susan leads by 6 points. Each point equals half a second head start. Susan has a 3-second head start.
Susan, you will go on my first whistle. Serline, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
Susan attacking the high and low hurdles, looking to make the most of those 3 seconds. Here comes Serline. Approach the rope climb, Serline has already caught her up in that 3-second head start, making it redundant. And the overhead ladder, the idea to keep the legs still, but don't tell them that. Rolling logs across to the cargo net. Tables are turned as Serline goes into the lead. Serline's dead leg, which you can see bandaged there, doesn't seem to be stopping her whipping up this cargo net. Now a convincing lead opening up as she takes the zip line to the crash mats. 90 feet all the way to the ground floor. Comes the gymnast, Susan. Ow! A bad takeoff on that travelator. And this time, can she do it? Oh, it's a crawl to the top, but she's grabbed the rope. This is it. Quarter-final time, Geronimo. Her mother just grabs anybody in the audience. Here comes Susan. And she's done it. She's well pleased in the first time, straight through, and well done, Susan.
Well, congratulations, Celine. I can see that leg didn't affect you too much.
I tell you now, I was in a lot of pain. I just forget the pain, just do it. And what happened? I tell you, a lot of people in the gym now can call me Mighty Maggot. Here we go!
Well, Celine, you've definitely lived up to your nickname. Now I understand, and I think we all do, why they call you Mighty Maggot. Well done, congratulations.
Susan, I'm so very, very sorry. You fell off the beam there at the end and landed on your behind, and then the travelator caused you a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I just enjoyed myself so much, I can't believe it.
You enjoyed yourself so much, you can't believe you lost.
I'm starving.
Are you? Well, I'm sure we can find you a sandwich, darling. I'm sure we can. But you'll continue to be a fan of Gladiators.
Oh, yes, definitely. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Come on, darling.
that's the spirit. Two great sportswomen.
She's a good girl. She's a strong woman.
So that leaves us with the men's eliminator, and here's John Sachs to fill us in on the details.
Thanks, Ulrika. Roland leads by 31 points. Each point equals half a second. Roland has a 15.5-second head start, and Steve has a giant task ahead of him.
Roland, you will go on my first whistle. Steve, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1...
Roland's away, and no contender has ever had such a head start as this. And Roland's children, Zoe and Craig, willing him on. Now, here comes Steve. Look at Roland pump that hand bike. He's already on the cargo net. Surely it's all over. And Roland, why is he looking behind him? He should just get on with the task ahead. Look at this. I can't believe this. Roland going up in slow motion while, look at this, Steve is now catching him. 15.5 seconds. There's his wife, Nicola. And they make it to the top of the cargo net together. On the zip line, Roland only a split second ahead. Now it's the balance beam, and it's everything on here. And Steve is taking the lead on the travelator. Oh, Roland slipped, and Steve is going backwards too. Here comes Roland. The power has gone from their legs, and Roland's kids can't believe it. It's Roland. Oh, he's missed it again, and Steve is going to do it. He's done the impossible. Made up a 15.5-second head start. He's in the quarterfinals. Geronimo and the family on their feet. They've seen a miracle. What happened to Roland?
Steve, that was the most incredible turnaround I've ever seen. You were 15 seconds behind, and at the cargo net, you caught him up.
You've always got a chance, haven't you? You've always got a chance. I knew my technique was going to be good on there. Fingers crossed. Hey, what can I say?
Well, then on the travelator, you were both stuck, in fact. But you managed to get him in the end, so tremendous amount of determination, because by then I bet your leg muscles are just killing you.
Tiny little bit of patience and discipline. I knew exactly where he was. Catch my breath. 1, 2, 3. Bang. There we go.
Well done.
Yes, thank you.
Roland, everybody's going to ask you. You had 15 seconds head start. You threw it away. What happened?
Swings and roundabouts, you're getting it on the parry events, and then at the speed at the end, there's not a lot left, you know. I've seen it all before.
But it looked like the cargo net. That's when you were going up the cargo net, that's when you really started to struggle.
Yeah, I've never been very good on the nets. Never.
And what happened here with the escalator? Your legs just gave away?
I took so much energy trying to get at the cargo net. So I was pretty tired by the time I got here. Legs had gone.
I think you all agree that it's pretty tough here on Gladiators.
That's right, John, it is. Certainly is.
Well, Roland, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
This week's winners. Of course, next week there'll be 4 more. So why don't you join us for the ultimate challenge of the Gladiators?
Mind the gap. You could try mirror signal maneuver, but I'm not sure it'll help. New Hole in the Wall is Saturday evening at 5, new to challenge. And there's muscle clad posing and partying with the Gladiators next Sunday night at 7.
Let the game begin, time to come alive. You can take control and feel the drive. Throw it down to the front of the eliminator. Let's go and breaking it down with the Gladiators. Cause you may see a dark town block out the line. Boom, boom, hit by the shot.
Do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators. Both contenders and gladiators have been trained for this competition, and safety equipment is mandatory.
The Gladiators.